بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلامه عليه أما بعد يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ثم أما بعد الحمد لله على نعمة الإسلام والسنة. All praise and thanks belong to Allah for guiding us to Islam and for guiding us to the Sunnah. MashaAllah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. We continue going over the tremendous book by the Fadilat Shaykh Al-Allama Imam bin Baz rahimahullahu ta'ala. The book which is entitled Durus al-Muhimma li'amat al-Ummah, important lessons for the general masses of the Muslims. We are still on the section which deals with the pillars of Iman, Arkanul Iman. We have reached the pillar that deals with belief in the kutub, belief in the books that have been revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, we have reached the pillar that deals with the belief in the kutub, belief in the books. قال فضيلة الشيخ عبد الرزاق بن شيخ Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad al-Badr حفظهم ta'ala, he mentions al-asl al-thalith, and the third principle or the third article from the articles of faith, min usul al-iman, from the articles of faith, al-imanu bil-kutub al-munazzala. It is the belief in the books that have been sent down, the divinely revealed books. كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى, as Allah the Most High says inside of His noble book, وَقُلْ آمَنْتُ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ مِنْ كِتَابٍ. And this can be found in Surah Ash-Shura, and it's verse 15. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says what translated means, and say, I believe in that which Allah has sent down from the book. Naam. What is meant by this is, آمنت بكل كتاب أنزله الله على كل رسول. It means that I believe in every book that Allah has revealed upon the messengers. Naam. I believe in every book that Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed to each of the messengers. Naam, so we believe in all of the books in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. But this article of faith, this pillar of Iman, that it is similar to the pillar of Iman, the belief in the angels, in the sense that there's going to be an aspect that we believe in specifically, and there's going to be an aspect that we believe in general. Now, so those books in which that we know their names, then we believe in those specific books. And those books in which we do not know their names, we believe in them in what? In general. Now, وقال Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah ta'ala, He also says inside of His noble book, يا أيها الذين آمنوا آمنوا بالله. O you who believe, believe in Allah, ورسوله, and in His messenger, والكتاب الذي نزل على رسوله, and the book in which was sent down upon His messenger, والكتاب الذي أنزل من قبل, and also those books that had been revealed from before. Naam, and those books that have been revealed from before. And then listen to the rest of the ayah. Allah Ta'ala, He says, وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِاللَّهِ وَمَلَائِكَتِهِ وَكُتُبِهِ وَرُسُلِهِ وَيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَقَدْ ضَلَّ ضَلَالًا بَعِيدًا. And whoever disbelieves in Allah, and they disbelieve in the angels, and they disbelieve in the books, and they disbelieve in the messengers, and in His messengers, they disbelieve in Allah, they disbelieve in His angels, in His books, in His messengers, in the last day, then verily this person has gone far astray. Na'am. ضَلَّ ضَلَالًا بَعِيدًا. They have gone far astray. Now, the ulama of tafsir, they mention that the reason that it comes that they have gone far astray is because, or it is similar to the person that has gone far off track. Now, the person that has gone far off track, then it'll be very difficult, extremely difficult for them to get back on track and to be set aright. So if a person has gone far astray, then this is a tremendous warning, because this is indicative of an individual who is not able to find their way back. Meaning, they won't be able to find their way back to the truth because they have gone far astray. فهذه الآية, so inside of this ayah, or this ayah, is from those ayat التي جمعت أصول الإيمان. It's from those ayat that it brings together the articles of faith, as you find a number of them mentioned inside of this particular ayah. Naam, so it brings together the ayat, this ayah brings together the articles of Iman. Naam, the articles of Iman. And from them, naam, you have Iman bil kutub, the belief in the kutub. Naam, the belief in the books. Because Allah Ta'ala, He commands us to what? To believe in the book in which has been revealed upon His messenger, and those books that have been revealed from before. So we believe in all of the divinely revealed books that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has sent down. وَفِيهَا, and also we find in it أَنَّ الْكُفْرَ بِأُصُولِ الْإِيمَانِ, that to disbelieve in the fundamentals of the faith, or the articles of faith, or the pillars of faith, to disbelieve in them, أَوْ كَفَرَ بِشَيْءٍ مِنْهَا, or to disbelieve in something from them, then this tantamounts and it equates to kufr in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then this equals disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this here is important to know and to understand. That if an individual disbelieves in the articles of faith, then they disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because we know they're connected. Allah Azza wa Jal, He is the one who created the angels. So if a person disbelieves in the angels, then subsequently they disbelieve in the one who has created the angels. Allah Azza wa Jal, He sends down the books. Allah Azza wa Jal, He sends down the books. The angels, they bring down the books. Na'am. And this is an important point, na'am, that we want to point out. And that is, you find, and this is why you have to be careful, you have to be very careful with the books that you read, to make sure that you're reading from a person who was upon the sunnah. that you're reading the books of those ulama who are upon the sunnah, from Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Na'am. Because the individual, they will sneak their crooked faith in, and a person may be unknowing. Right? So for example, we know that the Qur'an, it was revealed in the month of Ramadan. Na'am, the Qur'an, it was revealed in the month of Ramadan. Meaning that what? That it was sent down to Lawh al-Mahfuz in the month of Ramadan, all at one time, as the ulama they explain. And then the angel Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam, he brought the verses of the Qur'an down, and likewise some other angels as well, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam over the course of his prophethood. Now, the fact that it was sent down to it was sent down to Lawh al-Mahfuz, right? You have individuals there who they say that then Jibreel took the ayat from Lawh al-Mahfuz and it brought it down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, upon face value, a person, he may hear that, or she may hear that, and it might not raise a red flag with them. Now, it might not raise a red flag with them to say that Jibreel took it from the Lawh al-Mahfuz and brought it down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as he was commanded to bring this piece down, and then that piece down, and then that piece down. This is not correct. This is not correct. But rather, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he heard the Qur'an from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then he brought it down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And that does not negate the fact that it was revealed to Lawh al-Mahfuz and all at one time. Now, this is something, and Jibreel bringing the Qur'an down, hearing it from Allah, and then bringing it down to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam and conveying it as he had heard it from his Lord, that this also has taken place. This is what they call the golden chain. Naam, the golden chain. That Jibreel alayhi salatu, he heard it from Allah, and then he brought it down to the Prophet ﷺ as he heard it. Those individuals who say that Jibreel took it from Lawh al-Mahfuz and then brought it to Muhammad ﷺ in pieces over the course of his prophecy, they say this because they deny the attribute of Allah of speaking, because they deny that Allah speaks. You see? So this is why they change it, and they say he took it from Lawh al-Mahfuz and then he brought it down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So you have to be careful, because a person may read that and may think it's innocent. They may not put too much stock into it, not realizing that the people who word it like that, they word it like that to support their corrupt belief, to support their corrupt aqidah. So it is important that we understand what is the aqidah of Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, so that when we hear the likes of these things, and we were able to identify them as being what they are, and this is correct. So those people who say that and they push that narrative is because they deny the fact that Allah speaks. They deny the fact that Allah speaks. Or they will say things like Allah speaks, but only in a voice that only He can hear, no one else can hear it. Subhanallah. A'udhu billah. Subhanallah. But this is because it's of their crooked belief. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. So, be mindful of the like of this fact. So Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he heard the Qur'an from Allah, and then he brought it down to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In any event, to disbelieve in the angels is to disbelieve in Allah. To disbelieve in the books that were sent down is to disbelieve in Allah. And those books, they were sent down unto messengers that Allah Ta'ala, He had commissioned them to be messengers, to be prophets and to be messengers. So to disbelieve in the messengers, then it's to disbelieve in the one who has sent the messengers. To disbelieve in the last day is to disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you find they are all connected. You find they are all connected. Naam. And this is why, and we went over this before, but this is why in the ayah, here we see the same example as it comes in other of the ayat, where everything is connected unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala says, وَمَن يَكْفُرْ بِاللَّهِ, whoever disbelieves in Allah, وَمَلَائِكَتِهِ, and in His angels, وَرُسُلِهِ, and in His messengers. Na'am. وَكُتُبِهِ, مَلَائِكَتِهِ وَكُتُبِهِ وَرُسُلِهِ. To disbelieve in Allah's angels, They disbelieve in Allah's books, and they disbelieve in Allah's messengers. Naam, so they're all connected into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So to disbelieve in any article or the articles of Iman, naam, is tantamount and an equal disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they are all connected. Because they are all what? Connected. Naam. And our belief in the other 5 articles, and they follow our belief in the first one, which is the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naam. So to disbelieve in any of the articles of Iman is to disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لأن الله تبارك وتعالى سمى عدم الإيمان بها كفرا, because Allah has named the lack of belief in the pillars or the articles of faith as kufr. So Allah Ta'ala has named it kufr, as Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِاللَّهِ وَمَلَائِكَتِهِ وَكُتُبِهِ وَرُسُلِهِ إِلَى آخِرِ الْآيَةِ. Naam, that whoever disbelieves in Allah and in His angels and in His books and in His messengers, to the end of the ayah. Naam. طيب. والإيمان بالكتب إيمان إجمالي كما أو فيها أجمل. Naam, that belief in the books is a belief that from one standpoint is a general belief. Naam, is a general belief. And also وإيمان تفصيلي فيما فصيل, and it is a belief that is specific in that which has been specified. لأن الكتب المنزلة لم تذكر أسماؤها كلها, because the names of the divinely revealed books, they have not all been mentioned. All of the names of each divinely revealed book has not been mentioned. نعم. ولا تفاصيل التي فيها, nor the details of what is contained therein. نعم, nor the details of what is contained therein. So we believe in them in general, and as relate to their content, then we believe, na'am, and we're going to come to it inshallah ta'ala, but so as to just mention it now because of the appropriateness of it, na'am, is that we believe that they're all called to the same aqidah. They're all called to the establishment of a tawheed. They're all called to the same creed. The same creed you will find in each of the divinely revealed books. Naam. طيب. وإنما ذكر أسماء بعضها, but rather only the names of some of them have been mentioned. وذكرت تفاصيل جاءت في بعضها, and the details of what took place in some of them have been mentioned. Now, so there is some details of certain verses and the like that have come and have been mentioned, that these were particular things that were mentioned therein. So whenever there comes details, and we believe in those details as they have come. We believe in those details as they have come. Naam. The Shaykh goes on and he says, وذكرت تفاصيل جاءت في بعضها, and some of the details have been mentioned as it comes in some of them. فما لم يرد تفصيلا نؤمن به إجمالا, and whatever has not come specifically, then we believe in it what? In general. We believe in it in general. That makes sense? Now, so then the Shaykh has already mentioned ومن الكتب المنزلة, and from those divinely revealed books, then we have what? التوراة. The Torah. Naam, the Torah. And the Torah, it was revealed unto who? Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. Naam, so we have the Torah التي أنزلت على موسى عليه الصلاة والسلام, that which was revealed upon Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. And we also have what? We also have Injil. We know about the Injil, and the Injil was revealed upon who? Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. Naam. Was Zabur. And the Zabur was revealed to who? Dawood alayhi salatu wassalam. Naam. Ahsantum. And also the Suhuf. We believe in the Suhuf. And that was revealed to who? To Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. فهذا الذي جاء تفصيلا نؤمن به تفصيلا. So that this which has come in detail, we believe in it in detail. نعم. ومن ذلك, and from that, ما جاء في قوله تعالى, is that which comes inside Allah Ta'ala's statement, بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا, but rather you prefer the life of this world. والآخرة خير وأبقى, but the hereafter is better and is more lasting. إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى, verily this is inside of the previous books. وصحف صحف إبراهيم وموسى, inside of the scrolls of Ibrahim and the scrolls of Musa. Naam. So we learned from this ayah that this concept, it was mentioned inside of the suhuf of Ibrahim and the suhuf of Musa. So this is an example of being given details of some of what was mentioned inside of the previous divinely revealed books. وَهَذَا شَيْءٌ تَفْصِيلِ نُؤْمِنُ بِهِ. This is something specific that we believe in it. وَالْأَصَلُ قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم محمد رسول الله, that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ أَشِدَّاءُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ رُحَمَاءُ بَيْنَهُمْ. And those who believe, they are staunch and stern against the kuffar, and they show mercy to each other. Naam. They are merciful amongst themselves, and they are very hard against the disbelievers. Ya subhanallah, do we not accept in this day and time of ours see opposite of this? Naam. When you have the Muslims, wa'iyadu billah, and they are oppressively rude and harsh with their Muslim brothers. Naam. But then with the kuffar, they are sweet as sugar with the kuffar. Naam. But for their brothers, they are very rude and very disrespectful with regards to their brothers. And then they come to the kuffar and they all sweet and like this. وَإِيَّاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Naam. So much so that khalas, we leave that. But anyway, we have individuals who they have the opposite. They are rough with the Muslims and nice as sugar with the kuffar, where the companions, Allah Ta'ala, He describes them, and from the characteristics is that what? That they are ashidda'u 'ala al-kuffar. They are staunch and hard against the kuffar. Ruhama'u baynahum, and they show mercy amongst themselves. Now, this ayah, it does not mean that they are rude and that the companions, they were rough and rude and unjust to the kuffar. No, not at all. Does not mean that. Does not mean they spoke to them in a disrespectful way, or they berated them, or things of this nature. No, not at all. Does not mean that. Naam, does not mean that. But when it came time to be tough with them, they was tough with them. They did not compromise their deen for the kuffar. They didn't do that. They didn't compromise their deen for the kuffar. Naam. And this is different than what you're seeing today. How many people are compromising their deen to fit in with the West. Naam. وَعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Compromise the deen to fit in with the West. Shave the beard down. Why? Fit in with the West. The women don't cover properly. Why? She won't fit in with the West. So on and so forth. Naam. وَعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. This is not how we're supposed to be. But we're supposed to be, when it's time to be hard, then we have to be hard. But no one understands that this is a description in which Allah Ta'ala, He is informing us that was in the previous books, that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Naam. So as we know that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his prophecy came inside of the previous books that he was mentioned that he was going to come. But also what was mentioned was the Sahaba. They were also mentioned in the previous books and prophesied that they will come. And Allah Azza wa Jal, He has given, He gave some of their characteristics in those previous books. From them is that they were staunch against the kuffar and they were merciful amongst themselves. تراهم ركعا سجدا and they use and they you will see them bowing and prostrating. Naam, bowing and prostrating. يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانًا, because they were looking for the bounty of Allah, and they were striving to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They were striving to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are characteristics in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described the companions with inside of the previous books. Naam. So we say, alright, check it. We say we Salafy, right? We're Salafy. Wait. The Shay'un Jameel is something that's beautiful. But we have to live up to it, because it is not just lip service. Naam. Allah Azza wa Jal, we see the description of the companions here in this ayah. Ashidda'u 'ala al-kuffar, that they were staunch against the kuffar. Ruhama'u baynahum, but they were gentle and showed mercy to each other. Okay, is this us? Are we merciful to each other? Are we merciful to each other? When it's time to be staunch with the kuffar, are we staunch? These are the things we gotta ask ourselves, because these are from their characteristics. Also, they were those who bowed a lot and they prostrated a lot, seeking what? Allah Ta'ala's pleasure, and seeking the bounty of Allah Azza wa Jal. What is our situation? Is this us? Are we those who can be categorized with these same characteristics? That we bow a lot, that we prostrate a lot, meaning that we make a lot of salah, we make a lot of prayers. So of course that means that we're going to do the obligatory prayers, but also something from the voluntary prayers. Are we doing that? Is this us? Can we be described as this? Are we seeking Allah's pleasure? Are we seeking the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Because being Salafi, it means that what? Is that we are upon the aqidah, that we are upon the minhaj of the Salaf al-Salih, and at the head of them is who? Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that we are upon the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and that we are upon the way of the Salaf al-Salih, inside of the aqidah, na'am, inside of the minhaj, na'am, inside of the fiqh, na'am, inside of the fiqh. So we don't come with a new fiqh that they didn't know about, but our Islamic jurisprudence, then it would be restricted to what they were upon as relates to those particular things, those particular affairs. So we don't bring any type of innovative type of worship and so on and so forth. But we did what they used to do. Of course, we don't do it to the same extent and as fine and as good as they used to do it, but we have the same ibadah, the same worship. Allah Ta'ala goes on to describe them. Mind you now, these are all descriptions that have come inside the previous books about the Sahaba. Allah Ta'ala, He says, سِيمَاهُمْ فِي وُجُوهِهِمْ مِنْ أَثَرِ السُّجُودِ, that their mark is inside of their face from the traces of prostration. That they have a mark in their face because they used to prostrate. That makes sense? Meaning what? They got a prostration mark because they used to prostrate. This is due to what? A lot of prostration. You don't get a prostration mark if you prostrate a little bit of time, but you get a prostration mark once you prostrate a lot. You prostrate a lot, you get a prostration mark. You get a prostration mark. But Allah Ta'ala, He says, ذَلِكَ مَثَلُهُمْ فِي التَّوْرَاةِ, this is their example inside of the Torah. So in the Torah, Allah Azza wa Jal, He gave the prophecy. He gave the prophecy that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was going to come, and that his companions were going to come, and this is the description that they were going to be on. So Allah Ta'ala, He informs us that this was inside of the Torah. وَمَثَلُهُمْ فِي الْإِنْجِيلِ, and their description inside of the Injil. It also had a description for them inside of the Injil. And the Injil is what? It was revealed to who? Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. But inside of the Injil, the description, Allah Ta'ala, He says, وَمَثَلُهُمْ فِي الْإِنْجِيلِ كَزَرْعٍ أَخْرَجَ شَطْأَهُ فَأَزَارَهُ فَاسْتَغْلَظَ فاستوى على سوقه يعجبه الزراع ليغيظ بهم الكفار. The description inside of the Injil is that they were like a sown seed which sends forth a shoot, and then it becomes strong and it becomes thick and it stands up straight. The stem stands up straight, delighting the sower, delighting the one who planted it, the farmer, right? And also so that he may enrage by way of them the kuffar, that he may enrage by way of them, meaning who? The Sahaba, that he may enrage the kuffar by way of the Sahaba. The ulama, they use this ayah here as a proof and an evidence to show that the Rafidah, those Shia, those type of Shia, the Rafidah, like those in Iran, humul kuffar, that they are disbelievers. Now, because from the characteristics of the Sahaba is they make the disbelievers angry. You see the Rafidah, who they hate? They hate Abu Bakr, they hate Umar, they hate the Sahaba. They become angry. They're angry with the Sahaba. Allah Ta'ala, He says, to لِيُغِيظَ بِهِمُ الْكُفَّارِ, to make by way, to use them to make the kuffar angry. And the Shia, the Rafidah, they're angry with who? They're angry with the Sahaba. Naam. You see? Ya subhanallah. The Sahaba, their prophecy came that they were going to come inside of the previous books, which shows you another aspect of their superiority, and of their magnificent station in the deen of Islam. Yet you have individuals who speak bad about them. Yet you have individuals from the Khalaf who will come and they say things like Salaf Aslam, walakin al-Khalaf a'lam, that the Salaf, they were they submitted more, but those who came later, then they know more. Ya subhanallah, no way, that's wrong. The Salaf, na'am, they were better Muslims and they knew more. Na'am, Aslam wa a'lam, they were better Muslims and they knew better than us. Their ilm was better than our ilm. Na'am. But the point is that how can we respect anyone who would speak ill and bad about the Sahaba? And the Sahaba have this tremendous virtue, and from that is that their prophecy that they were going to come was foretold in the previous revealed books, and in particular here the Torah or Injil. The Shaykh, he says, فهذا ثناء في التوراة التي أنزلها على موسى عليه الصلاة والسلام والإنجيل الذي أنزله على عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام بهذه أوصاف العظيمة والنعوت الجميلة على الصحابة رضي الله تعالى عنهم أجمعين من قبل أن يوجدوا. That these beautiful descriptions and these outstanding characteristics, then they have come, and it's praise for them. It has come inside of the Torah that was revealed to Musa, and it's also come inside of the Injil that was revealed to Isa alayhim salatu wassalam, before they even came about, before they was even born, before they were born, it was foretold that they will come. And accompany the Prophet ﷺ and support him and to aid him and to be his companions. ومما نؤمن به يتعلق بالتفصيل الذي في هذه الكتب, and from that which we believe in that as relates to the details as it comes inside of these books, أن كلها قائمة على التوحيد, is that all of them then they were established upon التوحيد, وأنها كلها مشتملة على أصول الإيمان الستة, and that they all had in it the 6 articles of Iman. These 6 articles of Iman, they were inside of all of the divinely revealed books from before, because the aqeedah of the prophets and the messengers, then verily it is one. In those books, they were founded upon it, Tawheed, they called it Tawheed. This is because of Da'wah al-Anbiya wahida, because the belief and the call of the prophets is one. Allah Ta'ala, He says, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنْ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. And verily we have sent to every nation a messenger proclaiming, worship Allah alone and stay away from the false deities. وَقَالَ جَلَّ وَعَلَى, and Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَاذْكُرْ أَخَا عَادٍ أَنْ أَنذَرَ قَوْمَهُ بِالْأَحْقَافِ. And remind them of the brother of Ad. Remind them of the brother of Ad when he warned his people. What would you say? Naam, talking about Hud. Naam. And remember the brother of Ad, meaning Hud, when he warned his people at the Ahqaf, the curve, what do you say? They call like the sand hills in the Arabian Peninsula, there, huh? When he warned his people at the Ahqaf, وَقَدْ خَلَتِ النُّذُورِ. But وقد خلت النذر وقد خلت النذر من بين يديه ومن خلفه. And there were warners that had came before him and that had came after him. And what did they say to their people? Mind you now, there were warners that came before him, that came before Hud, alayhi salatu wasalam, and that came after him. And they said to their people what? أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Do not worship anything except for Allah. Do not worship anything except for Allah. نعم. إِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. Because verily I'm scared for you the punishment of a tremendous day. Because I'm scared for you the punishment of a tremendous day, of a mighty day. The shahid here is that what? Is that النذر يعني هم الرسل was meant by النذر in the ayah. It means messengers. All of these messengers, they came and they came from before Hud and they came after Hud alayhi salatu wasalam, and they warned their people against the punishment of a tremendous day, and they called the people to what? To Tawheed. أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Do not worship anything except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَكُلُّهُمْ مُتَّفِقُونَ عَلَى هَذَا الْأَصْلِ. All of them believed in this principle. أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Do not worship anything except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وعلى الإيمان باليوم الآخر, and to believe in the last day, and to believe in the last day. وسيق الذي, and Allah Ta'ala, He says inside of His noble book, and this is in Surah Az-Zumar. This is in Surah Az-Zumar, in His verse 71. Surah Az-Zumar is verse 71. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ زُمَرًا. And those disbelievers will be driven into the hellfire in groups. أعاذنا الله وإياكم من هذا. حتى إذا جاءوها فتحت أبوابها. Until they go unto it, until they reach it, and thus its doors will be opened. The gates of the hellfire will be opened. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا. And the guard of the hellfire, he will say to them, أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ رُسُلٌ. Did there not come to you messengers minkum, from amongst yourselves? يَتْلُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتِ رَبِّكُمْ. And they read unto you the verses of your Lord. وَيُنذِرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا. And they warned you from the meaning of this day. Did they not come to you messengers? They recited the ayat of your Lord upon them, and they used to warn you from the meaning of this day. قَالُوا, the people who go inside the hellfire, they would say, what? قَالُوا بَلَى. They would say yes. They would say certainly. ولكن حقت كلمته وحقت كلمة العذاب على الكافرين. But the word of punishment, then it has been justified against the disbelievers. Na'am, has been justified against the disbelievers. The shahid here is that what? Is that they will acknowledge, the people in the hellfire will acknowledge that they came to the messengers and that these messengers recited unto them the ayat of their Lord. That they recited unto them the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وذكر ما فيه من الجنة والنار والجزاء والحساب والعقاب. So this ayah also shows us that they warned them about the hellfire, because they said, didn't they warn you about the meaning of this day? Didn't they warn you about this hellfire that the kuffar they're going to be in? What did you warn about it? They would say, certainly, of course, we were warned about it, but they didn't believe. Na'am. So all of the aqidah from the belief in the last day, qadar khayrihi wa sharrih, na'am, belief in the angels, belief in the books, belief in the messengers, and of course, bila shak wa bila rayb, belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na'am, that consists of believing properly in tawheed al-rububiyyah wa uluhiyyah wa asma' wa sifat. Na'am, all of this was mentioned. All of these beliefs, they were mentioned by all of the prophets and the messengers, as they all had the same belief. Well, iman bil kutub, and belief in the books, and na'taqida annaha kullaha wahyullah wa tanziluhu jalla wa ala, is that we believe in that all of the divinely revealed books, then they are revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are all revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa anna ar-rusul بلغت تلك الكتب وافية البلاغ المبين, and that the prophets, the messengers, they conveyed these books in the most complete manner, in the most clearest of manners. As Allah Ta'ala, He says, وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ, and it is not upon the messenger except to give the message. It's upon the messenger to give the message. The qabul, the acceptance of that message, then this is not it's not the job of the messengers, but it's the messenger's job to convey the message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He guides whom He pleases, and He leads astray due to His justice whom He pleases. Now, so we believe that the messengers, they conveyed the message completely and properly. وَأَنَّهَا مُشْتَمِلَةً, and that verily these books, the divinely revealed books, then they comprise عن الهدى والفلاح والسعادة والنجاح, is that divinely revealed books, they contain therein guidance, they contain therein success, they contain therein happiness, a source of happiness, and of being successful, and safe from the fire. نعم. وأن من آمن بتلك الكتب, and that those who believe in these particular books, من الأمم التي أنزلت عليها or عليهم, from those nations in which these books they revealed upon them, فقد أفلح وأنجح وسعد في الدنيا والآخرة. نعم. في دنياه وأخراه, is that those who believed in these books from the previous nations, if they believed in the book that was revealed unto them, then these are the ones who were successful, these were the ones who were safe, these are the ones who were happy inside of their worldly affair and inside of their hereafter. وَمَنْ لَمْ يُؤْمِنْ بِهَا فَقَدْ خَابَ وَخَسَرَ, and whoever وَخَسِرَ, and whoever did not believe in them, then verily this was the one who was sad and destroyed. وَنُؤْمِنُ بِأَنَّ الْقُرْآنِ الْكَرِيمِ, and also from the belief in the books, is that we believe that the Qur'an is the last of the divinely revealed books. وَهُوَ خَاتِمُ الْكُتُبِ الْمُنَزَّلَةِ, it is the last book to be revealed. There is no other revelation that's going to come after the Qur'an. فَلَا كِتَابَ بَعْدَهُ, there is no book that will come after it. كَمَا أَنَّ نَبِيِّنَا مُحَمَّدٍ صلى الله عليه وسلم, just as our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, khatabun nabiyyin, he is the last of the messengers. La nabiyya ba'da, there is no prophet after him. Na'am. Wa anna al-Qur'an al-Kareem musaddiqun lima bayna yadayhi wa muhayminun alayh, that the Qur'an it confirms that which came before it, and it abrogates the previous legislations that have come before it, as far as the jurisprudence and so on and so forth. Because as we mentioned, the belief is one and it is the same. So the Prophet ﷺ, before going on, he is the final prophet. The Qur'an is the final book. Being that he is the final prophet, this means that he is also the final messenger. Now, why? Because every messenger is a prophet, but not every prophet is a messenger. Now, so if there's no more prophet to come, then it's not possible that a messenger could come. Because there was never an individual who was a messenger and not a prophet. Now, so therefore we understand from this standpoint, right, that the nation of Kufr, now the followers of Elijah Poole and Farrakhan, Louis Farrakhan, then yani humu kuffar. Why? Because they don't believe in this. They believe that there was a messenger after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they have the audacity to say that it was Elijah Poole, who they call Elijah Muhammad. A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. Na'am. And likewise, there's other extreme groups from the kuffar who believe that there are messengers to come after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. From them, from the Christians, are the Mormons. Na'am. Because the Mormons, they believe that there was a whole bunch of messengers that came after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even them believe that there's some messengers that's there now amongst them. A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. This is what they believe. This is incorrect. This is kufr. Bila shak wa bila ray. So from belief, the proper belief in the books is that you have to believe that the Qur'an is the final book. And there's no book to come after the Qur'an, just as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the final prophet, and there's no prophet that's going to come after him. Na'am, there's no prophet that's going to come after him. Na'am. Wa anna al-Qur'an al-Kareem, and at the Qur'an, then it affirms the truth in the books that had came before, and it abrogates those aspects of from the previous legislations that are no longer applicable. إلى غير ذلك من الأمور التي تتعلق بهذا الأصل العظيم من أصول الإيمان. And other than that, that is linked to the belief in this tremendous pillar from the pillars of Iman. And then the Mu'allif rahimahullah ta'ala, he gets into the next pillar, which is the pillar, the article around the belief in the messengers. But inshallah ta'ala, we will save that until the next class. فنكتفي بهذا القدر. صلى الله عليه وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وجزاكم الله خيرا.